Now that you know how to make custom stencil butter, what the heck do you do with it? Hey y'all, I'm Wendy from Village Card and Craft, and today I'm going to share with you 5 different ways to use all of that texture paste and stencil butter that you have in your stash. Let's get crafting. Number 1 is mixing your extra heavy gel gloss with acrylic paints. Here I'm using Apple Barrel Matte Paint in Red Apple and simply pushing it through a stencil. This stencil is one of my favorites. It is a Vicky Bouton stencil from the Evergreen and Holly collection. Quick tip, be sure to wipe off the edges of your card so you have no overhang of stencil butter. Number 2 is covering your translucent or white texture paste with glitter. You can add your glitter directly over your stencil or remove your stencil and then add your glitter. Here's your next quick tip. You can use a fixative over your glitter if you so desire. Oh my goodness, y'all, this is one of my favorites. Look at that shine. Number 3 is watercoloring. Here I'm using Simon Hurley's Lunar Paste in the color Slippery When Wet. It has a fantastic golden shine, and I add generous amounts of water and simply paint over my stencil. Quick tip is to simply paint out a piece of solid colored cardstock. Then use that cardstock to make beautiful die cuts. Stick around until the end and I'm going to show you some additional cards that I made. If you find this video helpful or enjoyable in any way, please give me some pixie dust by giving me a thumbs up, subscribing, and ringing that notification bell. The 4th way I like to use my stencil butters or texture paste is to spray them. In this example, I'm using both Distress Oxide sprays as well as Dilution Shimmer sprays. Make sure that you use some sort of splat box or shoebox so that you don't end up with overspray on your furniture. And the 5th way that I like to use stencil butter is with collage paper. Now this is Tim Holtz IDEA-OLOGY collage paper in Aviary. And I simply cut out a portion of the paper that I want to use, and I'm going to go ahead and collage that over the top of my cardstock. Once I've cut out my collage paper, I go ahead and determine where I want to place that on my cardstock, and then it's time to mix up my stencil butter. Keep your work area neat by using press and seal to mix up any stencil butters or texture paste that you may be using. This stencil butter is made up of just 2 ingredients, Golden's Extra Heavy Gel Gloss and Folk Arts Metallic Acrylic Paint in Inca Gold. I want this card to have a rather vintage vibe, so I'm going to go ahead and coat the entire front of my card base in the stencil butter, and then I'm going to apply my collage paper over the wet stencil butter. I press down the collage paper, and then I'm going to add yet another coat of the stencil butter directly over the collage paper so that the whole thing has that beautiful golden tone. Did you know that once your background is dry, you can actually stamp over your stencil butter? So there you go, 5 easy techniques to step up your stencil butter and texture paste game, along with a few quick tips as well. If you found any information to be enjoyable or helpful in this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. I'd really appreciate it. Now, let's take a look at some of the finished cards that I made using those 5 techniques. Number 1 was our acrylic paint stencil butter. Number 2 is our gorgeous glitter background. Number 3 was watercolor. I used the watercolor background to create my beautiful flower for my die cut image, along with a focal point under my Merry Christmas sentiment. Number 4 is our stunning sprayed background. And finally, number 5, our beautiful collage. Bonus card is number 6. That gorgeous poinsettia was made using the leftover acrylic paint stencil butter that I made for option number 1. Thank you so much for being with me today. I'll see you real soon.